What's up, guys? Welcome to T's Reviews, coming to you from lockdown. As you can see, looking hella rough, but lockdown, coronavirus, the whole situation's wild, so it is what it is. But yeah, today I'm going to be giving you my review of the 2018 iPad Pro 11-inch. I've been using this for about 6 months now, and I love this product. Literally, you can do so much with it. It's so versatile, loads of power, and you can just literally put it in your bag, take it anywhere, and literally it's just a plate on steroids. It's just a beast. That's one way to wrap it up. But you know, with the iPad Pro, the big question is, can it replace my computer? And no, for me it can't, but for you it might be. So by the time you finish watching this video, you should know whether the iPad Pro can replace the computer for you and whether you should cop it or drop it. So let's talk design. It's a complete refresh from the previous generation iPad Pro. The home button is gone, so now you just swipe up to go home. Apple have introduced Face ID for its security, which works in any direction you hold the iPad, which is great. I actually love the design of the new iPad. It has a nice sleek look to it, crisp edges that kind of remind me of the iPhone 5 with that boxy look. It's got flat sides, and on these sides host a 4 stereo speakers. And these speakers sound dope. Like, I think it's fair to say that it'll give an entry-level portable speaker a run for its money. Dope. Speaking of audio, the headphone jack is gone, which is a little bit annoying. You know, it'd be nice to have a wide option, especially if you want, you know, that low latency experience. I mean, most people won't be able to tell the difference, but if you're a pro, you might be able to. But, you know, I've been team wireless for a while now, so AirPods, other wireless headsets I use, so it's all good. But, you know, if you really do want that wired connection, just get the USB-C to 3.5mm adapter. Which brings me on to the other point that Lightning's gone and it's now just USB-C only, which is obviously welcomed. USB-C has so much more upside and capabilities. You can also get a USB-C adapter that will plug in to give you extra ports such as a HDMI, headphone jack, regular USB, extra USB-C port, SD card reader, a lot. So, you know, you can really make this your only device if you ain't going too hardcore with the work. Moving on to the display. The screen has been maximised thanks to its thin edges, which give it a nice edge-to-edge display. You still have the bezel around the screen, but it's not a problem. I think it helps you focus on the content being displayed. Apple has added their true-to-life colour and ProMotion technologies to give you a nice and super responsive experience when scrolling through home pages, photos, browsing the net, and even gaming, which is a really nice experience. The colours, they just really pop out, very vibrant. Just makes the whole experience when using the iPad really, really nice. Let's talk about the performance, because that's where this iPad becomes pro. Apple introduced the A12X Bionic chip, 64-bit processor, 6GB of RAM, lots of horsepower. When this iPad initially launched in 2018, there wasn't any professional apps available to take advantage of all this power. I mean, it just had iOS 12.1. There was no iPad OS or anything like that. But now in 2020, Adobe have gone to work. They've released a whole suite of professional apps you can use. There's the Photoshop, Lightroom, Premiere Rush for video editing. But, you know, it's worth noting that it's still a scaled down version. Is not the full desktop version that you'll be used to if you're working on your MacBook Pro or something like that. So the iPad Pro comes with a 12 megapixel main camera with smart HDR, which can also record 4K resolution. The front facing camera has a 7 megapixel with Apple's True Depth technology, which gives you a great quality when taking selfies or FaceTiming. Okay, so I'm not that guy that's going to be taking photos with this plate. I mean, literally it is a plate, but you know, for FaceTime, video calls, which is more important than ever right now, you do appreciate the nice camera. It is a nice camera, definitely, but you know, there are use cases when you're gonna need a decent camera. If you're using this for a project, like if you're a university student and you know you got to take a quick snap of a situation, you know, just use the iPad. Is there, you get get a nice viewfinder, like 11-inch screen, you know, that's all good. But yeah, I can count the amount of times I've used this to take photos, but when I've had to use it, it is good. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it's a nice camera. Okay, so let's talk battery life. Excellent. That's one way to just sum it up. It's excellent. Apple claim to give you all-day battery life, but it definitely surpasses that. If I'm using it very casually, I can go 48 hours easy without charging it. But you know, if you are doing a lot more intense work, then yes, you will struggle to get all-day battery life. I mean, one day I used this like hardcore, like I was going in, I was doing research, I was doing some graphic design and some small video editing as well. And yeah, after about 6 hours, I was looking for my charger. Yeah, if you want to use this as your main driver for everything and you're going to be doing some intense work on it, you're going to be pushing it to its limits, you won't get all day battery life. You'll struggle. But yeah, other than that though, I would say the battery life is top tier. The 2018 iPad Pro was introduced with the second generation Apple Pencil. It's a big improvement from the first generation. It's a lot more comfortable to use, slimmer profile, looks more like a pencil. It charges wirelessly via this magnetic strip at the top, and it works in any direction you place the pencil, which is nice. It's a lot better. It's a lot better solution than the first gen when you had to connect it via the Lightning port. I mean, just so much can go wrong with that, and yeah, just looking at that gives me anxiety.
Oh, there it goes.
But there's new ways to interact with the pencil. All you've got to do is double tap to bring up the eraser, and you can customize this for other features like changing the color in your palette, which is nice. So Apple have taken a step further and introduced a feature called Scribble. This came out at their WWDC conference a few weeks ago. So they're just taking handwriting more seriously now, so you can literally write into any text field and it'll convert it to text. You can erase text by scribbling out things. So they're just trying to make the pencil feel a bit more realistic and more powerful to use. They've also released some other features within that Scribble update. Other than that though, the pencil's really nice to use. It's really comfortable when taking notes, or if you're doing drawing or you need to do some work that needs extra precision. The pencil does come in handy. Pencil doesn't come in cheap though, £120. But you know, if you are going to be taking a lot of notes and you want to go paperless, or you're going to be doing some graphic design, some Illustrator vector work, then yes, it's definitely worth it, I would say. Also get your name engraved on the pencil for free via the Apple Store website, which is also a nice touch. Okay, so to wrap it up, if you're looking for a consumption device, you just want to watch YouTube, Netflix and chill, surf the internet and maybe check your email, this is overkill. Don't get the iPad Pro. Get an iPad Air, that's more than enough, or the regular iPad. Unless you're just trying to ball out. If you're trying to ball out and you want the best, you don't care, then yeah, enjoy, get the iPad Pro. If you're going to be doing a bit more than consumption, you're going to be typing up Word documents, PowerPoint slides, Excel spreadsheets, and you're going to be doing a little bit of graphic design and video editing, then yes, the iPad Pro combined with a decent keyboard setup like the Magic Keyboard, especially with iPad OS and trackpad support now, this could be your daily driver. Like, you could buy this instead of your next computer. But if you're an advanced user, pro user, this is only going to complement your workflow. It's not going to replace the computer for you. It's just going to be a nice tool to add to your arsenal, but that's it pretty much. Advanced user cannot have this as a dedicated device. As much power this has, if you try to run, I don't know, the full version of Final Cut or Photoshop Premiere Pro on this will become a grill. You'll be able to do Korean barbecue on this. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, smash the like button. If you want to see more of my reviews, please subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram as well at your boy Tej. Peace and love, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So in March, Apple quietly released the 2020 iPad Pro, which is 14 months since the 2018 release. But what they revealed was more of a refresh. It still has the same form factor and design, just now has slightly more performance, but it's not a big jump. It also has a new camera setup with 12 megapixels for the main camera and a 10 megapixel ultra wide camera. They've also added a LiDAR scanner used for AR. There's also an improved mic and Wi-Fi 6 if your router supports that. Alongside the iPad, they introduced a Magic Keyboard with trackpad to close the gap even more between the computer and the iPad. I haven't yet got my hands on the Magic Keyboard, but it's also compatible with the 2018 iPad Pro. Okay, so for me that doesn't scream upgrade. The 2018 still going very strong, but if you are in the market for an iPad Pro, then obviously just get the 2020 version. But if you're in the UK and you want a cheeky little deal, head over to johnlewis.com. Okay, so if we take the 2020 and the 2018 with same memory, Wi-Fi and cellular, the 2020 comes in at 1,219 and the 2018 version comes in at £999. So in this case, is the 2020 version worth the extra £220? I don't think so. I'd rather use that towards a pencil or maybe a keyboard, or just save £220.